Why, good morning. Looks like you guys could use the sweet taste of a Harley-Davidson moto vlog. What's going on, gang? Welcome back to another moto vlog. It is a beautiful and bright Monday morning here in Illinois, and it's time to go to work, unfortunately. Anybody got that case of the Mondays? I'm gonna shine a little light. So just to show you guys, I got my fairing put on. I didn't do an install video because this thing required every set of limbs that I had to put it on. I almost had to call a buddy because with all the spacers and the washers that you had to keep in place to put the bracket on to the headlight eyebrow, there was just no way I was going to be able to film it at the same time. So I didn't film it, but it was a pretty easy bolt on. I just had to bolt on one side of the bracket at a time, and while I was holding the headlight assembly together where you bolt it on. So no install video, I apologize, but there are other install videos out there on YouTube, but I just wanted to show you the finished product. I really do like how it looks, and as you can see, the gray is pretty close to the Harley gray on the tank logo here. So we're gonna give this a test run and see how it does, and I'm sure it adds probably about 5 or 6 horsepower to the bike as well.
Alright.
So a couple things I want to acknowledge too. I had a subscriber who bought a t-shirt from Connecticut. His name was Kevin. Thanks for the stickers. They'll make a great addition to my toolbox. And I had another subscriber. I believe his name was Smoky Toki. Oh. And he left me a couple lines on my last video where I talked about favorite moto vloggers. And he mentioned a few that I mentioned in my video, like Blockhead and Shade Tree and Great Egret. But he had some really kind words to say. Hope I don't piss off my neighbors. But anyway, here's what Smoky Toki had to say. But yeah, those are really kind words, and I really appreciate that. I know my channel's only a few months old, and I still have under 100 subscribers or so. But just hearing words like that keeps making me want to do this, because if I'm at all influencing anybody to ride, especially guys that are in my situation where you never rode before, and you're wanting to get on 2 wheels after your marriage, after you've had kids, that's awesome. I think that's great. It keeps the community diverse, and it makes you feel good that you've influenced somebody to do something positive. Alright, so we're going to give this little cafe fairing a little test run on the highway here and see how it does with the wind. I didn't expect it to do much, but we're going to find out. See how we're doing on gas economy on the FP3. Bike's still running pretty good with the FP3. They've had a couple of alarming backfires on startup when the bike's been run and then it sat for a few hours and then I restarted it. I don't know what's causing it. I'm gonna have to do a little research. But other than that, the bike's running great, and my gas mileage has just increased. It went from about 48 miles a gallon to about 56 the last time I looked at it. Now that was doing a lot of highway rides, a lot of highway riding, but that's mostly what I have is highway rides. If I commute to work, you know, I'm doing 55, 60 plus to work every day, so the gas mileage is going to be better than, say, I'm tooling around town or in a bigger town where there's a lot of stop and go. So I think overall my gas mileage has increased, and there's nothing wrong with that. So there's been a handful of you that have bought shirts, my D-Cycle shirts. I thank you very much. I've sold probably about half of my order. I still have sizes small through XL left, just maybe a few of each. But guys, if you can, please buy a shirt. I know it does promote the channel, but more importantly, it helps out a good cause. We Rock the Spectrum Gym is a sensory-friendly gym for all kids and kids with disabilities. I can vouch that the place is incredible. My kids always have a good time when they're there, and it benefits more than you can believe. Because there's not many places like this in the area. I wish there were more, but they do it right. So buy a shirt, all the proceeds go to that cause, and then probably in my next batch of shirts, if we can get all of these sold, I will donate to a new cause. And I've already got one in mind, and I'll save that for another video. So I don't really notice any difference with this cafe fairing on. I knew it was just going to be a looks piece, which I think it's serving as that very well. But as far as wind, I'm not really seeing anything. I'm still getting all the wind in the chest and in the head. So guys, if you're wanting to pick one of these up, I'll put a link in the description below. It was only about 25-30 bucks, and it was pretty easy to put on by yourself. I would recommend a friend with it if you're going to be using all the hardware. I just used the stock bolts because it did come with some spacers and some extra bolts, but the extra bolts, the hardware, I don't think it was correctly measured. I think the threads were a little too wide, so that's why I went and used the stock bolts to put back onto the headlight eyebrow. But other than that, the only thing that was wrong with it was you got a couple of bolts that bolt the bracket onto the fairing. It only came with 3, it really needed 4, but you can only use 3 to put it on. Because you got one at the top, I don't know if you can see it, but it's up here above the Speedo. There's no screw in that right now. There's just one here and there's one here. And the other one is on the replacement bolt that goes into the top of the eyebrow. There's like this little piece that screws in, rubber piece that screws on the top of that that's threaded. And you just put another one of these screws that came in the kit right into that. So it's on pretty secure. But like I said, no help with the wind. If you're wanting help with the wind, I'd recommend buying like a Memphis Shades windshield that's detachable or something like that. But to each their own, buy what you want, but that link will be again in the description below. So nothing else is really going on. I've been noticing some more comments from a few people. I know people were talking about, you know, how they're being influenced to buy Harleys, mostly the Iron 883, which, I mean, it's a cool bike. I get it. I mean, it's one of the best looking bikes Harley has. I've said in another video. People that are just wanting to get into biking, they want to start out on a smaller bike, but they don't want to start too small. They want to pick up one of these. Perfectly good to ride on. A good engine on this bike. It's been it's like the same engine for the last 30 years, and there's nothing wrong with using the same technology as long as it's working. But I know I'm going to upgrade to a bigger bike down the road. Sport Glide or Softail Slim, maybe. We'll go do some test rides down at the dealership soon. Kind of see what I like. But I do plan on keeping a hold of this bike for at least another year or so before I upgrade. And I need to stop customizing the damn thing. I keep bolting stuff onto it and everything. And I'd rather be riding than wrenching. I don't want to be one of those moto vloggers that has to put up 50 how-tos. And nothing against those guys. I love how-tos. They taught me how to do a lot of my videos. But I don't plan on doing that many how-to videos because I'd rather be riding than wrenching, honestly. And I don't have too much extra time to wrench as it is. So I'd rather be spending my time out on the streets than in the garage. So I'm going to leave you guys with a little more music. Thanks again for checking out the channel. Follow me on Instagram right here, @dcycle_moto. Please give this video a like, thumbs up, share the video if you can, tell your friends. I'm hoping to get to 100 subscribers maybe by the end of May. And I might do a giveaway, so if we can get to 100 subscribers, I'll do a random drawing, maybe for a free t-shirt. And I'm hoping to get some stickers made, so maybe by then I'll have some of those done too. So leave me a line below. Let me know what you're thinking of the channel. What do you want to see next? I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it sleazy. I'll see you later.